Hey you guys, so today is Tuesday, May 5th. It is my late son's birthday today. He would have been 17 years old. I wanted to record today since I took today off from work just to try to relax and spend some time in the garden. And I made a cookie cake for him. So, Hayden, I know you're in heaven looking down at us right now and every day. I hope you're having fun and you're enjoying your life. We all love you and we miss you. I wanted to do a video today and give you guys an update of what the garden bed looks like. I can't believe it's already May, so it's already 1:47 p.m. in the afternoon and we're here in Georgia, zone 8B. If sun's out, it's hot today, it's going to be like 80 something degrees. So I had recorded earlier this morning, but it didn't record. I guess I didn't hit the record button. So let's see how this one goes. All right, let me flip the camera around so you guys can see his garden. This is my planter that has the dwarf Alberta spruce and sweet Williams in it. And I also have some stock that I put in the ground a few weeks ago. And I think it'll get too hot, but we'll see. I also have bells of Ireland's back there. I have a couple, maybe 2 or 3 that I just dropped some seeds in the ground. And this is my red dragon persicaria. I tried to remove all the other ones since they are aggressive grower. They do take roots, but you can take them out pretty easily. My elephant ears are coming in, and the sky pencil holly is getting pretty tall. 2 there. That is my summerific berry something hibiscus back there on the left side. Let me scoot in a little bit closer here so you guys can see that. Yeah. And that is my drift apricot rose. And here is the clematis. I put this little insert here to help hold the clematis in to keep them kind of attached to the birdhouse. So let me just come around this area. There's my other container. My cone flowers coming up, my gem. I need to cut back some of those flowers there. And of course, this is his arch. One side of it is growing much better than the other side. I'm not sure why, but it always seems to do that. So this is the Generous Gardener. It's very fragrant. I just hate that these roses, they come off so easily. Like, let me smell. They, the petals, the rose petals falls off really easily. But let's take a look at the David Austin rose over here too. Here's my Mughal pine, dwarf Mughal pine. And this is my, what is this one here? Do I have a label for it? I know it's a butterfly weed or some sort. I can't remember. My Camassias already all bloomed out already, so they're done for. They'll come back again next year. This is my Charles Darwin. You see how this color here is different from this color here? Look at that. I wonder why it's so dramatically 2 different colors. It fades from like apricot to more like a cream color. I'm going to pick some of that for Mother's Day for a bouquet for my mom. Let me get back out here. So here's another clematis right there. It's looking very pretty. The canna lilies right here, is starting to spread to the left, so I need to dig some of those up and put them back over here. Try to contain them a little bit better. So we'll see. All these lilies are coming up a lot, so I'm gonna have to divide them and place them somewhere else in the garden. I still keep them here, but I'm just gonna have to divide them up a little bit so we can have more around the garden. So let's come back this way, continue on, and see my little froggy here, my meditating frog. See my phlox. My nephew's dog came over here and ran over that, so he broke that piece. My lantana, dark purple, is still alive, so that's good. I'm sure they'll get bigger as soon as it gets hotter around this area. My peony right here, I think it did not bloom. It didn't have one bloom at all because it's still small, but my dahlia's coming up. The grape's looking good. That is my yarrow. And of course that is the foxglove that's self-seeded. And it grew last year because they're biennial, but they didn't bloom last year. But the year before I had a whole lot of foxglove. They looked really, really beautiful. And here is my gardenia. It's budded up, so that will be blooming soon. That is my goshiki false holly. And I also have this summer sweet here, which I thought had died, but they're coming back. To my left here is the Happy Jack Clematis. I always keep on forgetting the name of that. Why do I always name incorrectly? It is yes, it is Happy Jack. Happy Jack Clematis. How beautiful that is. I know it looks washed out in the sun, but if you guys see this in the shade, it's really, really beautiful. I think I have a picture of it in the shade, so I'll post that up. And here is the Olivia Austin rose. It's really beautiful. I had rotated it last year because it was leaning, so it's a little bit better, but it's still leaning. This is my acanthus bear breeches. I still need to move that somewhere else, so I'll look to see where I can move that to. My peony is pretty much all bloomed out already, so this is the last of the bloom right there. It's very, very fragrant. And my dahlias are waking up. They're shooting up. Their stalks are shooting up. Here is my other Olivia Austin rose that I had cut and stuck into the ground, and it's actually blooming this year. It bloomed last year too, but it wasn't that big, but this year it's much bigger. So this is the Gabriel Oak, Gabriel Oak David Austin rose as well. It's very, very fragrant. I love the color. It's very bright, more like fuchsia pink. I like that a lot. Here's my dahlia. Look at this. It's already got some buds here. Let me come back out, and these are the salvias. They come back every year for me. And of course, here's my son. That's Haiden. Happy birthday, Haiden. 17 years old. Happy heavenly birthday, baby. This is my other nectarine here. I think this is Carla Rose. Yes, Carla Rose nectarine. I need to get a stake for it and straighten that up. So I'm going to go get a stick and tie that so that will be won't be leaning backwards. So from this direction, you guys can see that is, I have the Anna's Magic Ball Arborvitae there, and Helen von Stein's Lamb's Ears, and Little Lime Hydrangea. And we also have Bee Balm. These are the smaller version. They don't get extremely tall like the Jacob Klein's Bee Balm. This is the Emerald Green Arborvitae. It looks like it is competing too much with the Little Lime Hydrangea, so I may dig that up and move that somewhere else. The lilies here, these are the tall giant lilies, which is fine because I want them to be a backdrop for with it being against the fence. But my black-eye Susan right here, they are spreading everywhere. They've self-seeded and dropped their seeds, so I'm gonna dig some up and spread them out throughout the garden, maybe take some to the front yard as well. Put that at the side garden, side driveway garden. My hellebore, another hellebore here, Carolina jasmine. You can see I need to cut back some of these leaves here before they reach up and touch and wrap themselves around the branch, tree branch at the top. My giant leopard plant did not make it. It did not survive. It got too cold when we had our last freeze. It was a hard freeze for a few nights and I did not cover the top, so it died. Yeah, I wasn't too happy about that. But looking from this way over here, my hellebore, my Lenten rose, still has blooms on it. It's lasting for quite a long time, so I really love Lenten rose because their blooms last in the garden for like a couple months, 2-3 months. The hosta's looking really good. My heucheras are looking really good. The columbine, the aquilegia, is going to seeds. You can see these pods here. I don't know if it focused there for me, right there. Those are all going to seeds. And once they go to seeds and turns brown, I'm going to sprinkle them to the opposite side of the garden to get more plants out of them. I love these iris here. This is so pretty. I love the color. And this right here is a seedling from the plum tree or peach tree. I'll take them out. This calla lily here has not bloomed here for me once at all, so I may have to dig that up and put them in a more sunnier spot. Look at these. These are all peach tree seedling, and another one here too. Pull this out so I won't forget. The Spanish bluebells are done for, so once the leaves die back, I will remove them from the garden and pull those out. The lungworts are looking really good. They're done blooming already. My Virginia is right there. The leaves are looking really good. I have a Siberian bugloss over here as well. And that is my Japanese Fatsia. I just trimmed back the leaves earlier today and got back took out all the old and dead leaves out. Got a lot of shoots coming out here from this pear tree. I need to remove those as well. Coming back over here, here is my dark side of the moon, a stilby, which I had transplanted earlier, and it's doing really well here in the shade. It's not burning out in the sun like before. And here is my candy corn spirea. It's got a few blooms coming out, and that is my azalea, that I can never pronounce the name correctly. And I also have an Amsonia over here, which had already finished blooming. This side of the yard, or this side of the garden bed, had a bunch of Orlea, which is false Queen's Anne's lace, and I took some and pulled some out already to help keep it from overseeding too much in this area. So there's another spirea there. That's a Veronica. And my dahlia. Of course, some more foxgloves and bupleurum. I've got a lot of buplurums here. We're still in Hayden's garden. This heuchera right here is not doing very well. It's getting too much sun, so I'm going to lift that and move that closer to being underneath the shade. This one seems to be okay. I guess it's underneath the, I guess it's sitting underneath the camellia branch enough for it to get big, but this one is suffering. So I'll dig that up. See, this garden bed is looking very wild. The iris is already bloomed out. My clematis is climbing on the fence like it should be doing. The yarrow is spreading. All of my peonies here have already bloomed out, except for that one right there. It's still in bloom, which is looking very, very beautiful. I just need to cut some of those back. They didn't even bloom all the way. I think it gets too much shade. Maybe I should lift that one too. I do have an empty spot right there, right around there, that I might put an evergreen in. I originally wanted to put the oak leaf hydrangea, I think Gatsby pink, but I ended up putting it on the opposite side of the garden bed instead because I was afraid with it getting about 6 to 8 feet tall and wide, it was going to block out my dahlia, my peony, and my crocosmia. But I can always lift those crocosmia and move them over a little bit, so that wasn't going to be a problem. Hi Kenzo. Hi buddy. Are you glad to be out here with me? And of course on the right side over here, which I'm turning backwards now, here's another peony which I've been cutting on and using them as a bouquet in the house. Oh look, that's the Lysianthus from last year. It came back. So let me go underneath this arch here. Look at this. This is Bathsheba. It smells really good. It's fragrant, not too fragrant, but it is fragrant. We have some Gaillardia, Arizona Mesa flowers here that have self-seeded and come back every year for me. And here is the other side of the garden. So the dahlias are coming up. That is my red twig dogwood, variegated red twig dogwood. That's the other Fatsia. So let me step back so you guys can see the roses. There we go. That's his arch there. See, again, the left side always seems to grow better than the right. I don't understand why. This one doesn't branch up as much. Is it getting too much sun? Even on the other arch. So here is Hayden's garden from this side. Oh, I saw a cardinal. All right, let's go to my raised bed. I wanted to show you guys all of my vegetables here. I've already harvested a lot of Shanghai bok choy already, and I've got about maybe 6 or 7 left that I haven't cut yet because I want them to get a little bit bigger. But the beets and the radish is looking really good. My parsley. Here is my green butter lettuce. Green butter lettuce is looking really good. They're closing up well. Here is my romaine lettuce, and then my green leaf lettuce. And I can't believe that they're actually coming back. My husband cut some, and the middle part is coming back up. I'm surprised by that. This is my pole beans, you guys. These are my pole beans. And I've got some cucumbers here. These are Katrina cucumbers. And look, they're so tiny. They're so good. I've got about 5 or 7 cucumbers here growing right now. The tomatoes are looking really good. I didn't get to harvest these fast enough. I was supposed to use them for the peas tips, but now they're growing peas. I don't think I want to eat these peas. They're already hard already. So, yeah. But let's take a look. Let me come around this way. That is my red long beans over here. It's climbing, you can see. Climbing over here, and I've got the curcumelon, the Mexican sour cucumber. I'm trying to get these right here, there. And these are the regular Chinese long beans, the green ones. So I have the red ones on one side and the green one on the other side. I have some zucchinis over here growing, and I've got one. I see one zucchini right there already. I've been checking them every day to see if there's any vine borers. And I haven't seen any openings to where they have made its way in, where they've laid their eggs. Squash vine borers, that's it. So yeah, so these tomatoes are looking really good here. I've been cutting back all of the little sucklings that I don't want. So I've been taking those out. So let's come and take a look at what's behind me here. The cilantro, well, they're flowering, they've bolted already. And I know they're gonna go to seed. I mean, you can still eat them. They're just not as, you know, they look more fern-like. They're not as big like these leaves here anymore. And these are some more curcumelons here. Trying to train them to come up. Trying to train them to come up these lines and grow up it. Come on, little buddy. Once you make it, you'll be able to do it. Yeah, so, all right. Let's go and continue with the back garden. Here is some more of my asparagus. Got some, I know I had a, let me make sure. It's supposed to be Thai basil, but it doesn't smell like Thai basil to me. This is supposed to be a chili pepper, but I don't know if it's gonna make it. I've got 2 in a container that I need to put into the ground once that is ready. Here are my tomatoes. They're doing really well. Some more squash here. Again, I need to check to make sure I don't have any vine borers going in here. Check the seeds, check the leaves and so forth. Alrighty, here's the rest. Here are my 2 Thai eggplants here, some more tomatoes. These tomatoes are looking really good on this trellis, which I am doing the Florida weave on this side. Some more bupleurum that I had spread the seeds around. I've been harvesting them as well. Some more lisianthus here that has come back from last year. I'm surprised that they came back. I didn't think they were perennials, but I'm happy with it. My chase tree here, I've cleaned up the bottom part. I don't want any of the little sucklings growing out from the bottom, so I've cleaned out all the bottom leaves here. Guys, let me come back here so you can see. There you go. My Helen von Stein's lamb's ears. These are Astromeria, I think that's how you pronounce them. I had 2 or 3 plants, but only this one came back. The other 2 must have died. And this is my jazz hand loropetalum. Of course, this is the mop head cypress, golden mop cypress. These are Dara. I'm going to spread more of these Dara seeds around versus the Orlea. The Orlea is aggressive with self-seeding, which I'm fine with. I don't mind. It's easy to remove. The roots are pretty shallow. Here is the mop top fountainhead butterfly bush that I just planted the other day. I'm going to make sure that stays alive. That does get 3 to 5 feet tall and wide, so I may have to move the lily around if it gets too big, because around the area there I have some daffodils, and that is the Perfecto Mundo pink carpet azalea that I put in as well just the other day. Here is my geranium, hardy geranium. I had like 2 of them, but I think when the Queen Anne's lace, the Orlea, came in, all the seedlings, it probably overtook the geranium. And even my penstemon right there, I had just recently pulled back the Orlea that was surrounding it because I was afraid that was suffocating the plant. Even my rose here, I don't know what type of rose it is, but it's just a yellow standard rose. I thought it was diseased at first, but we'll see how it does. I just put some rose fertilizer and I think like a rose, some sort of, not just plant food, but it's something to protect against insects. Here is my other penstemon and all of these Orlea here. Some more Helen von Stein's lamb's ears. This is strawberry Sunday hydrangea. I've got a peony back there. Some more bupleurum. Here's some catmint. And that is the area that I took out the dead butterfly bush. Here is another Cinco camellia growing right there. So I may put an arborvitae right here, like an emerald green arborvitae, just to have some sort of green evergreen right there. My Millennium Allium, they will be blooming soon. I need to divide them later on. So that is my Baptisia back there that I started from seed. Right there, there it is. It's looking good. And I've got 2 blueberry bushes, which is in need of some more water. We need water. We're still in a drought. And here are my salvias, along with my lilies, the big giant lilies. And here is my pomegranate tree. You guys can see that. Hopefully it will fruit this year for me. There's my other Japanese fatsia back there. It gets way too much sun in this corner here, so I don't know if that Japanese fatsia will last there. All of the persimmon trees are doing really good. They're looking really lush. I've been adding water to it every few nights since we've been in a drought. We've had rain last weekend, which is great, but we need more. It's still not enough rain. I spread some more bupleurum seeds around this area as well. Here is my leucothoea. Twisting red daub cobble is what it's called, leucothoea. So there's 2 of them there. There's one right there and one right there. Elephant ears are coming up. I have some campanula here. And there is my newly planted Gatsby pink oak leaf hydrangea. It is, like I said, 2 o'clock in the afternoon now, so it's still sunny. I think in about another hour or 2 it will get shaded in this area here, which it needs. This is my Jacob Klein's bee balm. They get very aggressive right there. Here is the spilled wine Weigela that I planted a couple of years ago. And there is my rose, Sweet Mademoiselle. It is leafing out. I didn't think it was going to leaf out. I thought it was going to die. So I am hopeful that it will make it. And here is my my other nectarine tree. Is the Fantasia. I meant to put a stick in between those 2 branches to widen them up a little bit so that they're not as narrow in the center there. I want them to be widened up, and I should do it sooner rather than later while the branches are still flexible. But that's looking really healthy. Here's my yarrow. It's a whole bunch of them. There is my azalea, double dark pink. Some more Jacob Klein's bee balm there. Some more yarrow. I pulled some of these yarrow back because they were covering up my azalea. I didn't want them to be my azalea to be suffocated by all of those yarrow. The white yarrow spreads a lot faster more than the color one. And these are 4 of the, I've never eaten tomatillos. These are tomatillos. Which variety are these? This is Chupon. I don't know how to pronounce that. The Gara is looking really good. This rose over here is looking really good, along with the salvia. Right there, and the catmint next to it as well. I have some, what are these? Nigella. I planted some Nigella here, along with some other plants. I think that's only have like 1 armeria left. All the other armeria died. Not sure why. But look at my candy corn spirea. I'm not sure what happened, but half my branch died off one year and I had to cut it back because they were completely dead. So that's why it's looking like that. Here's my other chase tree. You see all these sucklings down there at the very bottom? I need to cut those back as well because I want this to be like a little small tree and not a bush. All right, and you guys can see this is my 2 fire chief arborvitae along with my emerald green arborvitae. And here is my columnar blue spruce. Some iris is still in bloom. This peony here, I don't know if that will bloom there because it gets too much shade. That is my Bobo hydrangea and my firelight hydrangea. It gets enough sun, but I don't know if it gets a lot of sun. And here is the Tilinum lemon that it's self-seeded there. There's a weed that I need to pull out. Some dahlia. Here's my green giant arborvitae. It's not growing as fast as I thought it would. I think it's because of the lack of rain we have not had. There you go. Here is my autumn joy sedum and some hellebore. I have some fern back there, but it's getting too hot. You see how much sun it's getting? But if I want it to be shade, then these azaleas will suffer because it won't get enough sun. Here's my osmanthus right there. And this concludes the backyard garden. So let's go to the front. Go to the front here. Hey, buddy. Hi, buddy. Let me get you. Ready? Ready? Go get it. Oh, these are all the potted containers here of Kaffir lime trees, curry leaves, and the small eggplants. And here is our gardenia that I transplanted from the front a few years ago. Here's my lemon cypress. I have not put that in the ground yet. Of course, these are my Meyer lemon tree, Kaffir lime tree, the Haas avocado, and some of my pine specimen. There's my 2 lemon cypress and my strawberry plants there. And this, you guys, oh my gosh, look how big this is. This is Amazing Grace. I cannot believe how big this one, oh, it smells so good. It's just one stalk. Why is it just only 1 flower, 1 bloom? I wish it had more flowers. And this is Tiffany. Tiffany's very pretty. This is my Cole Hardy avocado here. Got some Genovese basil growing in there as well. And look at these. These are my other strawberries here. This is doing really good. Nasturtium. They're the Alaskan mix. And let's go over here to the side garden. The driveway side garden. What should I call this? I should call this the magnolia garden bed. Here's my torch lily. It's growing back. Helen von Stein's lamb's ears. The salvia. I think this is May night. Whatever which one it is, it grows really, really big. The blackberry, prime arc raspberry. What is it? Yes, prime arc freedom black raspberry. I did not put a trellis for it yet. I have the two side there, but I haven't put the wires for it yet. And this rose here is already blooming. It's called Madame Anisette. The penstemons looking really good, along with my lilies are coming up. I thought this olive tree was going to die, which most of them did, but I still have some that grow back out from the bottom there because like I said, we had a cold winter and it didn't like that. So they died back. There's my grape. Here's my other rose here. That is the Gertrude Jekyll. My lily, calla lily. I have the string theory Amsonia. And my Chinese chestnut tree, most of it died as well. I didn't think that was going to die. We've had harsher winters, but for some reason those didn't make it. But they're coming back from the bottom though. These peonies here have already bloomed out as well. Here's my other Amsonia. It is the storm cloud. And here is my loquat tree. Some more salvia here, some more penstemons, and you can see those tall spikes there in the back are the what kind? Gladioli plants. There's another Baptisia that I had started from seed. Here's some Eryngium that has come back and self-seeded itself. I have some more Clematis here on my tutor. And of course, some more Helen von Stein's lamb's ears. This is my Iris reticulata, I believe. And here is my Hot Lips salvia. I've got two surviving lavender there. And here is my Desdemona David Austin rose. And of course, I also have the Red Dragon Persicaria here as well. So let's take a look at the driveway garden bed. These are dying back. These are coal hardy. What are they called? I keep forgetting what they're called. I think they're I remember the name earlier. This is the Alaskan white. I can't remember what the red one is. But they were in bloom for quite some time before fading out here. I've got a couple of catmints here. And I've got to cut back all those. My, what are these? Weeping gardenia. They're not going to make it. That one's pretty much dying. Here's another Red Dragon Persicaria here. Of course, this is my crepe myrtle garden bed. Crepe myrtle here. And this is Tater Tots arborvitae. I don't think it's doing too good here. I think it gets way too much sun, so I might have to transplant that to somewhere else as well. So let's come back over here to the mailbox garden bed. I've cut back a lot of these Coreopsis already because they've already bloomed out in some areas. So I have cut back the spent flowers. The Veronicas are looking really good. I also have the coneflower coming up over here. Here is the other trailing gardenia. It died as well. And this loropetalum, the purple pixie loropetalum, it doesn't look too good here. Here is my pink muhly grass in this area. I did get some peonies that grew. The Georgia Speedwell's doing very good here. The sugar baby forsythia did not bloom for me this year. We had a hard freeze over the winter season and it killed the blooms. But I have about three, I have 3 peonies here, so they're doing really good. So let's come back over here to the front porch garden bed. Look at these hostas. They're looking so good. And these hellebores, look at that. It's still in bloom. I mean, this is May 5th already and they're still in bloom. They last so long, you guys. I can see why they're expensive, you know, but the blooms last for a very long time, so I appreciate that. So this is goat's beard or something. Can't remember. I started this from seed, you guys, like a few years ago. And then I bought this as a plant. This is supposed to be Aurelia Sun King. And that's how little it is. It died and came back. But this right here, I started off from seed. And look at that. That is some more hostas. That is my hydrangea. I think those are mop head hydrangea. So let me get out. This is the back side. Let's go look at the front. Of course, this is our Japanese maple. I should call this the Japanese maple garden bed, since there's 4 Japanese maple tree here. The creeping phlox is all bloomed out. Dianthus is still here. And I've got a lot of Japanese anemone. Here is catmint, some ferns. There is the newly planted bloodgood Japanese maple that I planted earlier in the year. This is called Crazy Daisy. I planted that. I started that from seed, actually. The heuchera is looking very, very nice here. They're starting to get a little burnt though. But the rose is doing really well. It's got a lot of leaves that's fleshed out, and that one's called Stiletto. Look at all these salvia here. And I have a bunch of oregano here that is starting to push out seeds. The Gerber daisy is looking good. There's my lantana. That is the newly planted little taffy butterfly bush that I planted a couple of days ago. And here is the other azalea, Pink Perfection. It's Perfecto Mundo, Pink Perfection, yes. That's my other Crazy Daisy. Crocosmias in the background. I have Clematis right there. And here's some more Gaillardia. And my emerald green arborvitae, along with some hostas. Now, I believe this peony is not coming back. I either did not water it throughout the winter season when it was kind of dry, and it couldn't be because it was too cold, because peonies likes the colder weather anyways. But it didn't make it. I didn't see any leaves come out this year. So this is the Super Bell Supertunia. It is filling in very, very nicely. Here is my gardenia standard. The flowers on here is absolutely gorgeous, you guys. Look at that. And it's so fragrant. I love gardenia. So here is my rose. This is something Golden Celebration, yes. Golden Celebration. I got that from Heirloom Roses. But look at this crazy stalk here. Look how tall this one single stalk is. Look at that. Can you guys see that? And this is called Earth Angel. And Earth Angel is very fragrant. It smells so good. And are these called Artemisia? I can't remember. I can't remember what they're called. Here is my Temukiyama Japanese maple. And here's my other maple tree, which is the Acer palmatum Watnong, along with this Endurascape purple verbena. Here is my new look Dusty Miller that I put. I believe I started these from seeds, some of them from seeds. This is another David Austin rose right here. Which variety is this one? Windermere. That's Windermere. This is Roald Dahl tree standard. And some Dusty Miller there as well. Here is another David Austin rose, and this one is called Donahue. And another Japanese maple here, which is Crimson Queen lace leaf. This is Ballsmith lace leaf maple. And this is the red dragon cutleaf Japanese maple. It's looking really good. There we go. And let's pan over this way to the other side of the front porch garden bed. Here is our roses. I don't know if these are Outlast rose or I don't know what they are. My mom planted them many years ago. These are some poppies here that came back. I'm so excited. Black Eye Susans right here. And again, you guys, I have this huge hole back here. I have no idea what animal lives in there. I think it's an armadillo because it keeps coming out and digging up all my mulch here. These are the campanulas that I planted a few years ago, and they're coming back and spreading, which is perfectly fine. The acanthus that I had dug up from underneath the azalea is coming back to life. These heucheras are looking really good, so is the daylilies. I've got the Gerber daisy right here as well. And my verbascum here, a plum smoky mullein that I planted just a couple months ago. These ice plants look really good. And of course some more salvia. Here is my other mop cypress here. That's getting really big, which is great because I needed a evergreen that stays like that all year long. The pink muley grass right here does not do really well because it doesn't get enough sun. But this arborvitae is starting to split. Look at that. You guys see that? It's starting to split. Maybe because it's not getting enough sun here, I'm not sure. But this is it. Here is the view from this direction of the basement garden bed. So that is it, you guys. Thank you for spending the day with me and looking at my garden at the beginning of May on my late son's birthday today. So I hope everyone's enjoying their day. With Mother's Day is coming up this coming Sunday. Hope you guys enjoy your time with your parents and your mom, and you guys have a blessed day. Thanks, you guys. Bye-bye.